international system, the international justice system, to set up the War and Economic Crimes Court for Liberia. On June 19, about 6 days ago, the president nominated esteemed Liberian lawyer, Councillor Jeneton Massacre, that they will work to establish the War and Economic Crimes Court for Liberia. It is interesting to note that Section 1 of the Executive Order establishing the Office of War and Economic Crimes Court for Liberia states that the Office of War and Economic Crimes Court shall be headed by an executive director. Among other things, that executive director will oversee the office. We will also like to note that the courts are an organ of the judiciary. The Office of War and Economic Crimes Court is an organ of the executive. In pursuit of the establishment of these courts, the office will play no part. That is the Office of the War and Economic Crimes Court. It will play no part in determining who will be prosecuted, whether there will be a jury trial, or how the cases will be decided. The office will play no part. The executive director will play no part in deciding those substantive matters of law in the actual cases that these courts will handle. Section 2 of the Executive Order creating the office, which is now headed by the Executive Director, Councillor Jeneton Massacre, states that the mandate, duration, tenure, and operations of the office shall come to an end, and that the office will cease to function upon the full establishment, functioning, and coming into effect of the Special War Crimes Court for Liberia and the Anti-Corruption Court. So, none of these courts have been established. The office will play no part in the functioning of these courts. And we're going to clarify on behalf of the government because we see a lot of groupings having press conferences and accusing Councillor Jeneton Massacre of playing double standard, conflict of interest, and what have you. We state for the record that he will have no part to play when the courts are established. We have to determine who go to jail, who is prosecuted, and how the cases are handled. That being said, let me now move to the next point. President Joseph Nima Boyka has relieved Dr. Julius Saburo Nelson of his duties as president of the University of Liberia. You heard that over the government, the legislature and the judiciary respectively. At a dinner which took place on Saturday of our country.
We would also like to thank the president for selecting a very high performing team at the National Monetary. Let me start with why we are here today. I would like to talk about progress we've made over the last 5 months. And I would also like to be very frank with you and talk about challenges that we're having. Today, $1,000 to the government of Liberia general revenue account. To put that in context, in 6 years of our former landlord of President Weah administration, they made a total contribution in 6 years of $4 million. In 5 months, we'll be able to pay half of that. I'm going to start with progress we made so far. What's going on at the National Monetary? You should be here and get data, live data coming out of Buchanan and Sando and Harper Maryland County. We've been regular in paying our retirement benefit to our employees. We have electrified the pole 24 hours a day. We've installed nighttime navigation, 24-hour nighttime navigation to the pole an hour, 24 hours before of A vessel will come in and berth and discharge, that vessel has to wait. Once it's after 7 p.m., the vessel has to wait for the next day about 6 in the morning to start sailing. That was a progressive for our country. We've done a comprehensive credential auditing of our payroll. We started manual payroll last month, and the results are staggering. That we'll be sharing with the country very soon. We've automated our access pass system, thus generating additional revenue for the ports. Before it was manual. Anybody can get somebody. Really for a second there. For the first time in our country history, at the National Port Authority, we were able to receive an expedition crew vessel coming in with over 120 tourists on board. While it's fair to talk about our progress, it's also fair to talk about challenges that we're having. And those challenges go back pre-war to after the war. We've never made significant capital investment in our infrastructure, starting with the ports. In Monrovia here, 95% of our country's GDP goes through the port of Monrovia. If you expect to receive 95% of everything that comes in the country, it's fair to say the government should make investments in our infrastructure. We haven't done that. We'll be going back to the legislature and to the executive for some redress. We are currently negotiating a severance benefit payment for our former pool members. We are negotiating marine services with APM terminal that expired last year, and the previous government did not extend it. Ongoing discussion there right now. 2 weeks ago, there was an incident in Buchanan. One of our staff was beaten. We believe that incident was politically motivated. The elections are over, like the president said. He's president for everybody. There's no UP, MBA. There's no CDC, MBA. There's no LP, MBA. We are all Liberians, and if you work for the National Port Authority, we don't believe that you should be witch hunted. So that situation is being investigated fully, and we will take some actions based on the recommendation from that investigation. CTN, we ain't talk about CTN yet. GTMS and CTN, when we came in, as a co user myself, as a business person coming in, we complained a lot about GTMS and CTN. When we got in, the goal was to understand our product and the benefit to the country. What we did was, since we were a bunch of new people, we solicited this advisory services of few transactional advisors, we call an accounting firm and also a consulting firm to look at that agreement and advise us on what to do. It's fair to say that we have a draft on our decks that will be going over the next several days. The legislature launched an investigation of that, so we don't want to preempt what the legislature is going to recommend. We work for a recommendation, which I believe will order us to give them to review that. We've done that review. We have the draft, but we are not going to pretend what they will do. After that, their recommendations will come to the country with what we think should happen on that front. We'll make that available to the Chief Executive, His Excellency President Josiah Parker, for signature and so forth. We will also, over the next several weeks, launch visitations of all of our other ports. We've been to Buchanan. We are taking our boat back to Buchanan. We'll go to Sano, and we'll go to Hapo County. So those are some of the challenges we're having. I think I'll start here and take some questions. Thank you very
much. Thank you so much for
the sources of $2 million. The $2 million. So in business, the National Port Authority is a state-owned enterprise. It's a business institution. You receive money, you manage your expenses, and you set something aside. At the end of the day, depending on what happens, you might call it a profit. That whatever we set aside, in 5 months, we have cashed over $6 million. We are going to be making some significant investments in our infrastructure, in our technology. So we said, okay, well, with that $6 million cash, the government is struggling. We need to build our road. You can fly from here to the port without going through water. If you don't have an SUV, your AG will probably be less of the amount of water in the world. So it's fair to say, let's give the government $2 million right now. We want 400 there at the end of the year, or we take it and use it. So those are the sources. So the sources is from all the full user fees, our concession fee from APM and warehouses you see over there, those people pay us money. The money is put aside when we came in, we close up the revenue leakages, we streamline expenses. That's the second question. Before Bapo, that's a very, very good question. Who asked that question? Your name, sir? George Momo, very good question. So, Harper, Maryland, interesting. The depth of that pool is about 5 meters deep. And for a normal pool, from the research we've done, if you want to dock a vessel, a bigger vessel, well, it has to be about more than 10 feet. A bigger vessel cannot go there. So you have barges from the river leaving, going to Buchanan, or from Buchanan leaving, going to the south. During the rainy season, with the challenges we had about road, those ports are inaccessible. I mean, that part of the country is inaccessible by road. So for us, we've been approached by the Angolan people, the last administration at the National Port Authority, were approached by the Angolan government, by the Port of San Pedro in the Ivory Coast. The goal was that they had a lot of overflow vessels in our port, so they reached out to the Angolan government, to the National Port Authority, and said, hey, why don't you invest in your port so that instead of vessels hanging around international water for months, we can divert some of that traffic water so you guys can make some money. We're not there yet, but we are going to come back to national government for assistance. We're going to reach out to international business partners and to investors to come and help us make that port viable. One of the most beautiful ports in the African continent. So I'm glad you asked that question. Thank you. Retirement benefits, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but whoever retired from the NPA have been receiving retirement benefit would regularize that. That's down. So if you want further detail, we'll give you more numbers when I get back to the office. Thank you. It's fair to say we can accent that our portion of what we're getting from our service go up. There hasn't been much progress, so we'll resolute that we extend for 6 more months and we turn it down. So that happened yesterday. We're going back to the APM terminal and other interested parties to come in and participate in our tender process. So we get a comprehensive 21st century services at the National Port Authority. The revenue are from all 4 ports. APM, terminal, and CTN contract, if you're comfortable with it, that was the question, correct? No, we are not. I'm sorry. It's fair to say we are not. We are not happy with anything. We do respect contractual agreement of measure because we are a country of law. The president stresses that all the time. Liberia is a country of laws, not men. We are not against us. When we come to big contract that was signed by our predecessors, we respect them. When they are up for review, we are going to advocate for our country, for our people. So we are talking to GTMS/CTN. There are numbers on my decks that are not encouraging at all. But you see, if that service will be extended, they have to pay more. They have to lower the fees. We are all users, we are all Liberians here. Not because I'm the MD. I'm building a factory over in Port years old. We're building a warehouse. I'm building a water factory. We can't live in Liberia where everybody else sells something to Liberians, but Liberians get sell there, but in our open country. So I imported over 30 containers last year. And I did CTN fees because I'm happy about it full time. And I'm still importing the materials to get that factory going and I do the 60 days. I'm not happy on paying those fees for full time. Now that I need to deter you to ask questions, we'll go into our due diligence and we'll answer these questions. And it's fair to say that to significant progress made on that front, we are not going to report on those questions. Like I said earlier, we don't want to pretend what the Senate investigation will
Okay. Good morning. Good morning. A pleasant welcome to yet another very, very intriguing edition of the Today Show right here on Spoon 107.5 megahertz. We're also coming to you live on Fabric 101.1 megahertz. Wherever you are and whatever you are doing, keep it locked down, because we're here to serve you a very, very delicious breakfast from now until 10 o'clock this morning. So good morning, Monrovia. Good morning, Painesville. Good morning, Johnsonville, Gardnersville, Brewerville, Carisburg, Bensonville, and all of the towns and villages in Montserrat County. Good morning, Cox City, Maggie County. Good morning, Habel. Good morning, Cotton Tree. Good morning, Bone County. Good morning, Banga, Suakoko, Totota, Batara. Good morning, Nimba. Good morning, Gompa City. Good morning, Senicoli, Campley, Saclay Pie, Tapeta, and the rest of the areas there. Good morning, Zueju, Brangita County, and just wherever you're listening to us from or watching the show. If you're watching the show from the diaspora, I'd like to say good morning and welcome. If you're in Lofa County, in Vuanjama, or just wherever you are, we like to say keep it locked down, because we're here until 10 o'clock. My name is Nyekezi Zobel, sitting in the presenter's chair this morning. Hope to be joined by my colleagues Dennis Nepsin and Chokon Flama later on the show. Oh yes, it's another sprightly Wednesday morning. It's wet. And of course, let's quickly try to bring you the weather forecast for today. Okay, so we're going to be experiencing some sunshine today, according to weather forecast. We are going to be experiencing some sunshine plus rainfall today. Oh yes, and that is good. So sunshine expected 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, we're going to have an overcast. That is a gloomy weather. The same at 3 o'clock. The same at 4 o'clock. Gloomy weather. At 5 o'clock, 60% precipitation. At 6 o'clock, the same. At 7 o'clock, 47% precipitation. The weather is expected to be gloomy. 8 o'clock, of course, overcast. Up to 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 51% precipitation. 11 o'clock, 55% precipitation. And of course, at 12 o'clock, it's going to be overcast. So yeah, that's the weather forecast for today in Monrovia, Liberia. So sunshine, a little bit of sunshine is expected in between time, as well as rainfall. So wherever you are heading to today, you want to go alongside all of your rain gears, your rain boots, your umbrella, your raincoats, and the rest of them, you know. And folks, let me say happy birthday to all of you celebrating your birthday this morning. Those of you expected to celebrate your birthday, a happy pre-one to you. And if you've done so, happy belated birthday. Shout out to all of you. A lot of interesting, very interesting happenings in Liberia, ranging from the National Port Authority contribution of 2 million United States dollars to the national coffers. Oh yes, just within the period of 6 months. And according to the NPA's managing director, Sekou Dukle, for 6 years, the CDC was only able to contribute 4 million United States dollars to the national coverage. But within 6 months, the Unity Party-led government, specifically at the NPA, has contributed 2 million United States dollars to the national coverage. That is interesting. We will talk more and more about that. But first, this morning, we'll be cutting across Liberia to speak with our various correspondents who will be telling us exactly what's unfolding within the various counties. And don't forget to play the radio game, the Spoon 1075 Mega Dedicast Splash. All right, so it's a radio entertainment game. It's a raffle draw, and it draws up to 40 presents on this show every morning. So this morning and every morning, 40 presents will be walking away with 2,500 Liberian dollars right here on the show. So all you've got to do is to dial the playing code, which is *799#, *799#. Select number 3 for Spooner FM. You choose how to pay the playing fee. The playing fee is just 70 cents US or 100 Liberian dollars. Once you pay that amount, you automatically enter the draw and you stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars. 40 winners will be joined here this morning, and 40 persons will be walking away with 2,500 Liberian dollars. So again, the playing code is *799#. *799# is the playing code. Select number 3 for Spoon FM. Once you dial *799#, you're going to see a list of radio stations. And Spoon FM is at number 3. So you just select number 3 for Spoon FM. You choose how to pay the playing fee, either through your LD or USD mobile money accounts. Or if you don't have money on your mobile money account, you can just recharge. Go and buy the recharge card, activate it on your No Star Cell SIM card. And you play from your airtime, and you're still going to enter the draw and stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars. All right? It's simple, especially if you are literate. So do that now and stand a chance to win $2,500 at 9:55 this morning. So let me say good morning to all of you following the show this morning. Testimony, Ebony Dogard is following. She's one of the regular followers of Spawn TV Live. Thanks for always following Testimony. Emmons Simin is watching from Foya. They're in Lofa County. Emmons, thanks for joining us live this morning. Jeremiah Fire Joe says, good morning to everyone following from Wintown Community, Monserrado County. Thanks for following the show, Jerry. Pastor Saint Do says, good morning, Spoon TV. Cecilia Holly says, amen. Andrew Tucker says, good morning to Spoon family following from Kakata, Margibi County. Ben M says hi, following through our YouTube channel. James N.M. Momo says, good morning, Spoon family. Steve Bangay says, great. Aaron F. Sa is also following the show and says, good morning, Spoon family. Jeremiah Kule says he's following from Mississippi Street, Greenville, Sano County. Otis Pante says, good morning, Spoon TV Live. So good morning and welcome to all of you following the show. And let me say good morning to Dennis Nipson. Dennis, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Yakasi, and good morning to everyone following us on the Today Show. Like to say welcome to the program. How was your night? And good morning.
Yeah, my night was great, and I hope yours was good as well.
Exactly.
All right. Okay, so folks, this morning we will be cutting across Liberia to speak with our various correspondents. There can be some very, very interesting, developments emanating from the various counties. So this morning we'll be cutting across the county to speak to our correspondents there. We'll begin with Bapo County this morning, where our man Solomon Tipler is to give us update about trending happenings there in Bapo County. So don't go away, be there. As we are here, we talk about other national issues. You know, there are a lot of trending national issues to talk about. But let's cut across the country first before coming back to Monrovia. All right, we're trying to connect with Solomon Tipler there in Bapo County. I hope the network wouldn't be a problem there this morning. But if not, okay, we have Solomon Tipler on the line this morning to fill us in with developments from Bapo County. Solomon, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Yakazi. Good morning to Liberians listening and watching Spoon TV this morning.
Okay, how's Bapo County?
Bapo is good, unless the weather is cloudy and we are experiencing cool or rain here in Okolu City to be specific.
Okay, it's been drizzling in some parts of Monserrado as well. But it's good having you. What are some of the trending developments there in Bapo County?
You can see Bapo has been placed on the map again because yesterday or the few days ago when I did appear on the morning show, I talked about the issue of rape, and on yesterday there was a verdict that was passed, a guilty verdict against a 144-year-old man, Franklin Gonga, who was sent to jail for 50 years for raping a 12-year-old girl in one of the towns called Banga Bokata. Banga Bokata is in Bokomo district, Bapo electoral district number 2.
44-year-old man sentenced to 50 years in prison for raping a 12-year-old minor.
Years-old girl. That incident took place in November of last year, and his case was placed on the court docket during the May 10 of court, which of course presiding judge, Councilor Wise, there have been a pre-trial for Franklin Gonga for the past few months since his case was placed on a court docket. And from evidence gathered so far, because there were so many witnesses who are proving to the court that yes, indeed, Franklin Gonga, 44-year-old, committed the act, because from the initial stage, when they asked him, he said he never raped this little girl, because he explained that indeed, yes, indeed, he was in the town when the incident occurred, but it was a false alarm and he didn't do anything. But from the pieces of evidence gathered from witnesses, because they have almost 6 witnesses to prove that yes, indeed, Franklin Gonga committed the act. When this afternoon, this little girl was in the mother's house, he called this little girl to go and purchase cane juice for him, $50 cane juice. And even where the little girl went to purchase the cane juice, the lady who owns the shop was one of the state witnesses who proved that yes, indeed, Gonga sent this little girl to purchase cane juice. And when the little girl came back to him, presented the cane juice to him, it was how he forcibly took this little girl in his room and have something to do with her and penetrated her with his penis. And it was how guilty verdict was brought down yesterday on him. And currently, he was sentenced to 50 years imprisonment.
How is the health of this minor? I'm more concerned about her, the 12-year-old girl. How's her health? And where is she currently?
Yeah, because when the incident took place, the little girl, according to pieces of evidence gathered, this little girl bled profusely after the incident. So she was taken to one of the health facility in that particular district, and later on forwarded to Bapo City at the Emory Hospital, and which of course all of those pieces of evidences gathered, there was this result that came up that yes, indeed, Otello Franklin Gonga went and had something to do with this girl. Currently, her state is a bit stable, even though yes, indeed, she's still receiving treatment, but she's stable as we speak.
Okay, and that there was another rape incident you told us about, another man being raped on a farm. How is it?
Yeah, okay, so you can see those are things that I was explaining on that particular day with regards to not having places to keep those who are being victimized for the issue of rape. You don't have any home here to keep those minors who can be raped. But yes, indeed, the family members, even though it's risky, but the family members have decided not to keep those victims in their homes, but rather bring them to the Ministry of Gender and Children Protection here in Bapo City. So currently, as we speak, all of those victims, as I said the other day, they are currently in the possession of the general coordinator of the county.
Okay, and how's the prosecution process as well?
The prosecution process, you can see, I think is moving the way we expecting, the way people expecting it to be, because in time past, you will have other people who will be placed behind bars. They will spend 1 year before.
So Solomon, I'm talking particularly about a case where the individual accused said that he denied earlier. According to you, he admitted, but he had initially said that the little girl might have sat on a stick, and that could lead to the incident of her bleeding. So how is that particular case? How's the health of that girl, and also the prosecution of the suspect?
I told you the other day he was sentenced to 40 years in prison.
Oh, 40 years in prison. So that is the prosecution has okay. That case has been concluded as well.
Yeah.
So what too many cases of rape from Bapo County? I mean, no woman in Bapo.
Those are questions people stay asking as to whether you don't have females in Bapo. But yes, indeed, those things happen, especially for Bapo. We don't know what the main causes of these things happening in Bapo, because the issue of rape is alarming in the county. Every day you hear this other case of the person have raped. You hear this other one, the person have. And can you imagine, as I told you the other day, it's just the second case. The second issue of rape that was that was concluded yesterday, wherein this guy was sentenced to 50 years imprisonment. So these are things other people take it to be something good. If the person who might have committed this crime, and if there is this speedy trial, if the person is acquitted, he will be set free. But if the person is guilty, there should be a penalty that other people will see to serve as a deterrent for them. So this guy was sentenced yesterday to 50 years imprisonment.
How protective is the prison there in Bapo County? And I believe you've been in Bapo for quite a long time now, and there have been others who have been sentenced to prison for many years. In other parts of Liberia, we see when people are sentenced, to prison after a few years, we see those people out. So how protective is the prison facility there in Bapo County to be able to contain those individuals for 50 years, for 40 years?
You can see the prison facility here in Popolo City. I think the government need to do more because it's not protected. You have only one fence. Other prisons or facilities, you have double fence around the prison facility. But Bapo, the prison here, it was only meant for 15 persons. It was
for 15 persons.
It was just serving as a pre-trial area where you have only pre-trial detainees at that facility. But currently, as we speak, other people who were sentenced, can you imagine you have a lifetime sentence prisoner here at the Popolo facility, and now you have additional people who are being sentenced 40 years, 50 years. So I will tell you, the state of this prison is not something that you can rely on. It's only by the
Has there been any incidents where an individual has been sentenced and for many years, and that person had not completed his or sentence, and citizens have seen that individual outside?
You can see since I've been here for the past this year, making me 6 years, I've not heard such an incident where maybe somebody was sentenced for years or for lifetime and the person had escaped. I've not observed that since I've been here. I think the government needs to do more in making sure that those who have been sentenced for years or even for lifetime, they should be taken to other prison facility, not only down to be kept in Popolo City, because the prison facility here is not somewhere that you can have somebody who is being sentenced for those kind of years, 50, 40, and life imprisonment to be here.
Thank you, Solomon. It's been a pleasure having you. Thanks for filling us in with those information from Bapo County. Have a nice day.
Thanks for having me this morning.
Okay, so he's Bapo County correspondent, Solomon Tipler. Another sad story there of 12-year-old being raped by a 44-year-old man.
Imagine that.
Yeah, and the good thing is the investigation was swift, and the suspect has been found guilty. And he's been sentenced to 40 years in prison. So I think that is a good news for the justice system. But I'm more concerned about containing that individual for 50 years for 40 years in prison there at the Popolo prison. Like Solomon said, the prison facility was only intended for 15 persons.
Imagine that.
Yeah. So to contain more than 15 persons for 40, 50 years. I mean, it's something that I think the government needs to do more.
And that's the reason why people continue to do these things, because at times, perhaps if the person cannot contain those people, sometimes they are out there, and some people see them outside and they feel that, yes, myself, I can do this. And I think the justice system needs to do something, and even the government to instill stringent, measures and policies that will curtail this entire issue as it relates to rape, because those who commit those crimes, they don't go after other people. It's always the manner that they go after kids, infants, little children are a victim of such situation. So hope something can be done. I don't know whether it is because of ritualistic purposes that they do that, or it's just because they just want to violate, they just want to abuse the young children or want to destroy them. But that something needs to be done. These have been a longer time now. We continue to hear about that and experience that, which is not good at all.
Yeah, also, we will try to go Lofa County this morning, where it's been reported that health workers in the county have abandoned health facilities due to the appointment of a county health officer that they do not support. So, in reaction to their opposition to the appointment of the county health officer, they have decided to abandon health facilities there in the county, and it's something that is worrisome. We hope to speak to our correspondent there in Lofa County shortly to give us detail. He's Jeremiah, so let's see whether we can speak to Jeremiah on the show this morning to tell us more about that. But this action began since Monday. Most clinics there in the county have been without health practitioners since Monday. But Emmanuel is on the line from Lofa County. Emmanuel, good morning and welcome. In fact, Jeremiah, sorry.
So you're gonna have Jeremiah as Emmanuel.
Jeremiah, sorry.
Yeah. Thank you so much, my brother. And I'm good. I mean, things are well in Lofa. I'm okay.
Okay. What's the latest from the abandonment of health facilities in Lofa County by health workers?
That's very serious. And as we stand, this issue still on hand in this county, where it's about 60 of our health facilities in Lofa County. Not all of the facilities, but majority have been abandoned by health workers on ground that they are saying that Dr. Raphael, who is a medical doctor that was recently appointed by the minister as CSO of this county, and they are coming out to tell the people that they are not in favor of Dr. Raphael to serve as medical officer for this county. And as a result, they have no other actions to show but to rather do a go slow. So this go slow is currently affecting Lofa County. Precisely, we talk about all of the 5 districts in Lofa County. Precisely, let's talk about Ponjama. Ponjama is heavily affected because you have the Terawea Hospital, the OPD that also buttress Terawea Hospital here. OPD is completely closed, except Terawea, where you see some health workers are there, but not the number that we expect for them to take care of patients. You talk about the Free Pentecostal Clinic have been closed since Monday, Tuesday, and after this morning, we still receiving this, and we're still experiencing this. So it has been a serious issue in this county, where all of our citizens in Lofa County are seriously downhearted with the kind of actions.
Okay, but why are the health workers in opposition to the appointment of Dr. Raphael Shimavu as county health officer?
Can I get that again?
Why are the health workers against the appointment of Dr. Raphael?
They have said that the doctor made some of the accounts. What is really major is that Dr. Raphael is not the kind of man that have the human relationship, and is to have this kind of
he likes good working relationship, cordial working relationship.
Working relationship, even to work with his guys who are in the health facility over a period of time. Remember, Dr. Raphael served as the medical director for Kulang Hospital for the past 6 years, except the last 23 years after the election. So people have complained, and I served as medical doctor for Bonjaman, Foya, Kulang, that is, let's just say across Lofa County. So all of the medical workers know how Dr. Raphael work. And they are saying that they cannot in any way work with Dr. Raphael on some of those counts. That is merely the human working relationship, which is very key because health area is area that people have to be collaborative before they can succeed anything. But you have people who are working in this facility and they are not in any way in line with each other. That even some of those counts we got from there as well was there was a patient even at Kulang Hospital that received, that passed up as a result of that Raphael and others that were not speaking, which is the nurses. So some of those actions have been in the making, and since this appointment came out, they have said that indeed they are not in the interest of this. Today, they are not in the interest. At any time, they are not in the interest. So the minister should see reason of appointing different health officers to come and serve Lofa County. This person can be from Maryland, can be from Mosurado there, can be from any other place in Liberia here. But if only the minister will say that Raphael is the only one to come in Lofa, they are not going to work. So it's currently embarrassing the health system here as we speak. Patients and our people of Lofa County are currently facing this full weight of the actions taken by the agri health workers in this county.
In Liberia, when a leader tend to be principle-minded, when a leader tend to be, straightforward, it becomes a problem for a lot of his co-workers because they are used to, many Liberians are used to bending the rules, bending principles and all of that. So when somebody comes on board and they are strict-minded, a lot of Liberians who work with them tend to go against them because of being principle-minded. Is that the case?
It's not what we look at or what we got so far is not really in this kind of a direction that we talk about being a principle-minded person, but is as a result of being selfish. According to them, and they have seen this that if Dr. Raphael will serve as medical director, they don't see the success and the transformation or the change they want to see in a health facility as medical director under this government.
Is Dr. Raphael an aggressive person? Is he dictatorial? I mean, what actually they are complaining about of him?
So they are complaining. The major complaint is they have not told journalists that Dr. Raphael to not do the job.
Okay.
So that is outside the entire argument here or the entire issue. Dr. Raphael knows the job. But what the main concern here is that Dr. Raphael do not in any way see the interest of those who work.
He doesn't seek the welfare of his employees.
He does not, and this is their concern. Because if you should see so, then all of these towns that have been listed, more especially that Dr. Raphael, his relationship with people is very, very difficult.
Has there been any intervention from the Minister of Health since then? Because according to you, health workers have abandoned some health facilities there in the county, and this is bad, for patients at the various hospitals and clinics there.
So the minister have sent 2 different delegates. The first one was led by one Dr. Cooley, that brought some delegates in the county to go through this investigation.
correspondent. We were in conversation with our Bapo County correspondent, Jeremiah. We hope to, get to him back again. For those of you watching us on the television, we apologize for the technical problem you just encountered. It's now been resolved, and we hope it doesn't happen anymore. So is 12 minutes up to 9 o'clock. So my name is Yekazi. Let's try to reconnect with Jeremiah there from Bapo, not Bapo, but Lofa County. Lofa County, sorry. Jeremiah from Lofa County to continue the conversation relative to the go-slow action of health workers in the county due to the appointment of Dr. Raphael Shimevu as county health officer. Jeremiah is back on the line. Jerry, welcome back.
Thank you for getting back to me.
Yeah, so you were talking about the intervention of the Ministry of Health, the minister particularly.
Yes. So thank you again. So the minister, like I said previously, she sent the first delegate headed by Dr. Kuli. They came in county to intervene into the matter to see what's it about this entire process here. What are the agri health workers saying, or what is this about the factual one against Dr. Raphael, or what is it like? What Dr. Raphael is saying. So they came. There was a day-long sitting, and conclusion was like we have gathered all of our reports, or we are getting the concerns of the agri health workers and Dr. Raphael. So we will take this to the ministry, and there will be a redress after all. So that was done, and the health workers were asked to remain kind, to go back to job, and let them get to the office, let it get back in the ministry, and we'll get back soon, in the soonest possible done to them.
And what was the reply of the health workers?
That was there was an agreement that yes, we'll get back to job, but we hope to hear from you guys soon, and that was done. So after all, they have waited for a week or two, for which they have not, by that time, getting any information from the ministry through Dr. Kuli.
Okay.
But what they could do now was to rewrite Dr. Kuli that we have not getting any signal from you. And as a result of this, if we cannot hear from you, definitely, these are actions we're going to take. One could be health facility will be closed. Nothing like report from any ORC to DHO or whatever we call it. Every record system going to be seized. Nothing at all going to be functional in a county health team in Lofa County. So that request was made, and they were able to make lots of appearances on our various community radio station to concentrate the citizens to reach out to the minister, precisely the office of the superintendent, the county attorney, and other local stakeholders in this county, that let the issue be addressed. And they have taken a time to listen to what the county authority will say as well, but could not get any redress according to what they told us. So now the only thing they have to do is, or the only power that they have is to leave or to abandon the health facility. Okay. You go there, you will see security, but you will not see any health workers active to somebody clinic we're talking about, or hospital. Not talk, like I mentioned earlier, the free Pentecostal, which is even a private clinic, have been closed. That is just completely closed.
A private clinic?
Yeah, the Pentecostal clinic is a private clinic here. It's completely closed. You don't even see security. It's completely closed. I think you can see the photo in there. And as well, the OPD is open, but you go there, you will not see anybody in that area working. So
since then, since the go-slow action taken by the health workers, so what has been the intervention of the Ministry of Health since the go-slow action?
They have always said that they are on the issue addressing it, and they are asking the health workers to go back to job. because where the
But the health workers are not going back to job.
Yeah, they are asking that. I spoke with one Reverend Morris in the ministry there, and he told me that we are asking them to go back to job, which was yesterday. He said they were on this they were addressing this issue to come up with the factual one. What will happen next? But let the health worker go back to job. But what they are saying here in this county is that they are not going back to job. The one they want to hear is only one. That is to just tell the health workers, the agreed health workers in this county that Raphael, we have revised his appointment, or he's not the medical director now for county. Then they can go back to job.
Thank you.
Except that, other than that, they will not go back to job.
Thank you, Jerry.
They remain on what they are saying.
Thank you.
Right now, citizens are feeding the weight.
Thank you, Jerry. It's been a pleasure. Hope to connect with you as time goes by to bring us up to speed with more developments relative to that go-through action by health workers in Lofa County.
Many thanks. Thank you so much.
All right. Yeah, so that's it. He's our Bapo County correspondent there, telling us more about health workers' strike action. Jeremiah Dobber, telling us about the health workers' go-through action in Lofa County, and they are calling on the Ministry of Health to rescind the appointment of Dr. Raphael Shimavu as a county health officer. According to them, Dr. Raphael does not have a good cordial working relationship with his co-workers, his subordinates. As a matter of fact, he's spearheaded or supervised several health facilities there in Lofa County, and a lot of those he's worked with have not felt comfortable working with him. So his appointment is something that they are not in support of, and so they are calling on the ministry to rescind his decision. Dennis, you've been following.
Yes, it's something worrisome because for me, I'm concerned about those Liberians who are ill, who are concerned about their health and wanting to get treatment. And because of this action, that will lead to a lot of, troubling situation, because when health workers are at certain pace in terms of demanding, that they don't need a particular person that has been designated, and all of that is worrisome, because those who are sick won't get treatment. When the clinics are closed, the health centers are not operating, there are a lot of health situation complication that people are experiencing. Even in Monrovia, which is the capital city, that people are struggling, to get their treatment. And what more about the rural area, the Lofa County, where they are challenged when it comes to a lot of situation, and to have such news coming out. So we hope that the authorities, can speedily address the issue.
Okay.
And make sure that it is worked on.
Okay, we also have on the line Christopher Fan from Nimba County. Chris, good morning and welcome. Good morning, Chris. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Let's try to reconnect with Christopher Fan. He's our Nimba County correspondent, Lower Nima specifically. Okay, we are in getting Christopher Fan. But also this morning, we will be speaking to the president of OSU, the University of Liberia Student Union president, Mary Kekula. OSU.
Oh, okay,
OSU.
okay. The student.
Not Su.
Okay.
So they have planned on staging a peaceful protest this morning, petitioning the legislature to ensure that school reopens. As you may know, the University of Liberia has been closed due to faculty strike action. Students have also been protesting for lack of welfare and other issues there at the university, and that has shut the university down for a couple of weeks now. So also is now calling on the government to ensure that school reopens, because the closure of school is having a negative effect. It's detrimental to their educational sojourn. So we hope to speak to Mary Kekula very, very shortly on the show. All right, so you are listening to the Today Show. If you just joined us, we live on Spoon 107.5, Fabric 101.1, and via our various social media platforms this morning. So for those of you who are interested in playing the radio game, you can dial the playing code *799# *799#, and select number 3 for Spoon FM. Select. Yeah, I'm actually trying to communicate with Mary. That's right. So you select number 3 for Spoon FM. You choose how to pay the playing fee, and the playing fee is just 70 cents US or 100 LD. And of course, once you do that, you automatically get into the draw, and you stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars. 40 persons will be winning that here this morning on the show. And on yesterday at Makett's press briefing, the National Port Authority Managing Director, Sekou Dukle, said something interesting, something that has sparked up controversy between ruling party supporters and opposition CDC supporters. So yesterday he announced that the NPA within 6 years, 6 months, just within 6 months period, has contributed $2 million USD, $2 million USD to the national coverage. Something that took the CDC 6 years to do. 4 million. He said within 6 years, the CDC was only able to contribute $4 million United States dollars to the national coverage. And if this information coming from him is true, and I want to believe the information coming from him, because he's within the system, and there are records of, transfer of monies, by the previous government or the previous administration. They're at the NPA. So I'm not sure he will want to, say something otherwise from what, has been done by the previous government. So if this information coming from him is true, then the NPA needs serious auditing. Serious auditing, because if a particular administration can be able to raise $2 million within just 6 months period, and another administration at the port there raising only $4 million within 6 years, then there are questions to answer. Then it raises a lot of eyebrows. It's so much concerning. And all I can say is for an auditing to be done of the previous administration there at the NPA. Dennis, what's the take?
Yeah, I listen and follow the entire situation, and in terms of if he's coming up, sorry, let me get my thoughts. If he's coming up, to mention about the 2 million, right?
Yeah, 2 million USD.
Yes, that was generated by him in 6 months. That is commendable. And that for sure, that is the reason why this government, I think, was elected by the Liberian people. Because we all know during the course of the election, there was this issue about the past administration not being transparent. They are not, in terms of accountability and all of those issues were reasons for which they were kicked out of office. I would say that way. They were voted out of office by being 6 years and the first term, and did not seek re-election because of the way Liberians feel that the Weah administration was mismanaging fund. They were not governed well, so they were voted out. Now you have a government that campaign on the issue of rescue mission. The government said they will rescue the country. So we will expect all of these things to happen. We expect that those who are appointed to whatever office will work in the interest of the Liberian people. It is time now, especially this issue about, this government, the past administration did not do this, and this person did not do this, and I've done this, and comparing, the comparison, all of that. The government has come to being and has said to the Liberian people times in numbers that we have come to rescue you. We will do what the CDC government did not do. So it is commendable that if he's raising 2 million just within 6 months, it is good. It is a good sign, and we hope that can continue. Recently, when the LRA appeared at the plenary sitting, the LRA boss made mention about some of the institutions that did not have not paid their social security obligation, not security but welfare to the country, and I think NPA was among that as well. So if this time around he is doing that, it is commendable. But the issue about comparing, because like you spoke about, they should have, there's a need to have audit. I think in administrative proceeding, whenever a new administration takes over, there will be audits and there, because you have to know what you met on the books.
There should be audit,
and
but
I think
it's something that usually doesn't happen.
I think that's the reason for which he's aware that the previous administration, did not raise such an amount in 6 months, but only 4 million was being raised in 6 years and all of that. So I think they have gotten to know, even in at some point in time, there were names of some musician and all of those people that were on NPA, consultancy, payroll, and all of that. So at this point in time, it's about doing what is right. The reason why you have been appointed, because this government is being seen as the rescue mission that have come to better the lives of Liberians. So it is good, but I want for government, officials to get this straight. If you are at a position, is to work, is to ensure that the life of Liberians are improved, and especially where you are, to make better that sector. So the issue of comparison now, let's forget about it. We already know that the CDC government failed, right? The CDC administration did a lot of things for which they were voted out of office. Now it is time for this government to work, and any success or any good gesture, it is commendable. But let the comparison, the comparison now shouldn't be the core issue. It should be about delivery and what you can do, what you are doing. You give your success, people will know that yes, you have done this and you are making mark at that institution.
Those are politicians. There will always be comparison. You don't want to root out the issue of comparison. There will always be comparison between the current government and previous, the immediate past government, and other past governments as well. There will always be this comparison. So for that, it's politics. It's something that you cannot rule out, and the comparison is also important to know who's doing better. Because if there is no comparison, you wouldn't know if this government that has promised to come to rescue the people of Liberia, you wouldn't know if they are actually working, if they are doing better than what the previous government did. So the comparison, I think to a large extent, is necessary. And I was calling for audit, because it's easier to know even without an audit, how much, the previous government transferred to the government coffers, because there are bank records there, at, the NPA to show that. But the audit will try to figure out, where other monies generated at the NPA during the past government have been going.
Okay.
If a new administration coming can generate 2 million within 6 months, and you have a previous administration generating 4 million, or contributing 4 million to government's coffers within just 6 months, or the previous government generating 4 million within 6 years, then it raises eyebrows. There are some questions to be answered by the previous administration, and that question can only be answered when an audit is done of that particular institution. Yeah. But that's it. We will shortly be going to the lines to speak to Liberians about that, plus other issues we've been talking about here. But just before that, we will be speaking to Mary Kekula. Mary Kekula is the president of OSU, and OSU today is expected to stage a peaceful protest at Capitol Hill, demanding the opening of school. So okay, Mary is on the line. Mary, you are live on Spoon FM 107.5 and Spoon TV. We're also live on Fabric 101.1 and via our various social media platforms. This is the Spoon Morning Show. Welcome.
Thank you very much for the invite.
Okay.
And I'm student Mary Kekula, the president of OSU.
Okay, so there's this report of also staging a peaceful protest this today at Capitol Hill. Tell us everything about this protestation.
So it is not basically a protestation. It is an assembly.
Okay.
To present our statement that was given on Monday. So last week, Tuesday, we received a call from the Secretary General of the Board of Trustees to form a part of a meeting regarding the situation that was unfolding on the university campus pertaining to the scrap of offer. So that day, they had a conversation with the administration. They had a conversation with the leadership of OFA and OSA, that is the faculty and the support staff. And then last day, they had an engagement with the students group. And in that meeting, they updated us with the progress that was made with the 2 meetings, which is some of the recommendation was.
Hello, Mary.
You getting me?
Yes, now I'm getting you.
Yeah, so the recommendation they brought forth was that the financial situation was being dealt with on the part of the government. That is the provision of 2.9 million. 1.9 million was going for salary and other areas. And then the 1 million was purposely for administrative functions that included the renovation, which OFA made mention of in their 8-count release of June 16. So we were interested in the completion of the semester. So our recommendation was the continuation of the semester, and since they informed us that there was a search committee set up, which every stakeholder within the university was represented by their leader. So that search committee was to do their work within a time frame of 3 months. That is ushering a new batch of leadership for the new semester that will be opening in September. So we welcome that idea. And then we also suggested that if the fear of offer was, the remaining of the president will lead to some dismissal of faculty members from their position, then they can reduce the president's power. And in that meeting, we all agreed And the president will just be there for a purpose of reference, but he does not have the power to promote, demote, dismiss, and all of that. So in that meeting, they told us that the president was going to stay to complete the semester, and they were going to attend to the counts of FASA, and the search process will immediately meet the demand of offer count number 1, that is the removal of the president.
Okay.
So we left that meeting with the mindset that we all were moving in one direction. So there was to be a doctorate program on Wednesday, which is the launching of the PhD program. But then the situation on campus, it wasn't conducive because I think you saw 2 different releases threatening that the president was not allowed to visit the university campus since school wasn't in session. So we advised that our program should be postponed and not canceled. So the release came out on Wednesday, and then every one of us shared it because that was a meeting we were a part of. So on Friday, there was a meeting with the visitor, having a representation of the board of trustees and the search committee updating President Bwaka on the outcome of their involvement with the situation on campus. Likewise, there was a meeting held with FASA, that is the support staff and the faculty members. You getting me?
Yeah, you live, Mary.
And after that meeting, as student leaders who were a part of that conversation, we did not receive any update.
Okay.
And we kept asking a question from Friday to Monday. Hello?
Hello,
Yeah,
you
I
live.
think that's the
So
network.
from Friday to Monday, we did not receive any update, whether from the search committee, whether from the board of trustees, or the leadership of FASA that was present. So it was that background that informed our action and a statement that we gave on Monday.
Okay. All right. So since then, have you been updated about the last meeting? And if so, are you going to, disembark on your decision to stage a peaceful assembly? Because according to you, your decision to stage a peaceful assembly was, based on also not being informed about the outcome of the last meeting.
So we are coming from a place, right? Because even after the announcement of the interim president, which offer consistently posted in their demand, because they even re-emphasized on Friday and on Monday that if count number 1 is not met, they are not returning to classes, right?
Yeah.
And then since this new president was announced, we have not seen any release on their part about making effort to come back to class. And the resolution told us that if we all were following the resolution, active school activities will have started from last week, Wednesday. And today is making it a week. And even after the visitor disregarded a different recommendation to bring forth an interim president to meet the demand of offer, we have not gotten any direction as to where we are going with regard to the resumption of classes.
Okay, so that is your peaceful assembly still stand.
It still stands until the relevant authority who are in charge can call us to the table and make necessary clarity. Because we know that the pronouncement is contradicts the meeting that we all were a part of. But since the announcement has been made, it is not something we can change. But we are at a point where we need to sit around the table and understand where we are going from now going forward.
Okay, so at what time also there's going to be an assembling and what is the assembly point?
We'll be assembling by noon, and the assembly point is the Capitol Hill campus.
To present your petition to the legislature?
Yeah. But firstly, we will update our supporters because we are not doing this in isolation.
Okay.
We call them out due to the fact that the students were disrespected and the decision was made from the visitor. So if at all we are called around the table in the midst of that, it is something that we have to update the students and the Liberian people who have been following.
Okay.
And the outcome of the meeting is something that we are going to communicate afterward.
Okay, so what does also make of the appointment of Mr. Conte as an interim president of the university?
So basically, there are issues around the corridor, but what we can say, our particular interest is the interest of the students, and that means the reopening of school. But from the statement of the president, we are aware that he's coming in to complete the remaining activities to end the semester. And then after the search committee, a new batch of leadership will be ushered in, which Dr. Conte will turn over. So
okay.
for us,
so you also doesn't have problem with Dr. Conte being an interim president?
We don't, because the decision has already been made and it's not something that can be overturned.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And anything you want to mention before we take leave of you?
Basically, we like to say thank you to the school family for being there with us through thick and thin. And we are hopeful that this time around, the few months that we have to complete the semester will be a one of cooperation and collaboration, where the administration, the faculty, staff, and the students can sit around the table and be able to disagree to agree to find a way forward to support the university in whatever way we can to ensure that we do away with the tendency of just a single semester a year.
Okay. Mary Kekula, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So she's Mary Kekula, the president of the University of Liberia Student Union. According to also, they're going to be staging a peaceful assembly this afternoon at the Capitol Hill to present a petition demanding the resumption of school there at the University of Liberia. She did say that also does not have any problem with the appointment of an interim leadership there, and specifically don't have problem with the head of the interim leadership appointed by the president with advice from the Board of Trustees of the University of Liberia. Dennis, anything?
I think what I can say now is to, what is best for the University of Liberia, knowing that there can be calm at the university to ensure that learning activities can resume at the state-run university so that others can go ahead. Because I tell you for one fact, those situations actually impede the learning activities of people, especially there are people who want to learn and they have their own time set, in terms of how they have projected their life and other issues as to what to achieve at a certain point in time. And if they are at the University of Liberia with all of the delays and things like that, it hamper their progress. So I hope the soonest possible time lecture activities can resume at the University of Liberia, where the students can start their learning activities.
Okay, so folks, you're listening to the Spoon Morning Show, the Today Show right here on your favorite dial. We coming to you live on Spoon 107.5 FM, Fabric 101.1 FM, and on our various social media platforms, Spoon TV Live, Fabric TV Live, Super TV Live, and via our YouTube channel as well. If you've been following this discussion and want to make
we did not this trafficking
oh, okay. Yes, it's something important. So if you have it there, you can just go over it quickly. Then we can open the lines.
Okay. The 2024 trafficking in person report. Okay. So I think should I read a lot of it?
Yeah, just a significant portion of it. Let me see. I think I should have it somewhere here. Yeah, hope I can lay hands on it very, very quickly. It was actually part of our talking points. Oh no! All right, so yeah, it's something that is very, very important to talk about. I'm not still laying hands on it, but we could just take a couple of calls. When we come back, then we can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
So call us on 07777 1075 07777 1075 101075. Call us and have your say about some of the issues being discussed here. We talked about NPA's managing director, Sekou Dukle, announcing yesterday that his administration at the NPA has been able to contribute $2 million United States dollars to the government's coffers, unlike the CDC that within 6 years was only able to contribute $4 million United States dollars to the government coffers. All right, so we also talk about, we cut across Liberia, speaking to our various reporters in Lofa County. Health workers are on go slow. They've abandoned health facilities due to the appointment of Dr. Raphael Shimavud as the county health officer. The health workers in the county are not in support of the idea because, according to them, Dr. Raphael does not have a good working relationship. He lacks that good working relationship. He's worked at various health facilities as head in Lofa County, and he has not left a good mark there. They actually said he's qualified, he's competent for the job, but that working relationship in somebody who does not seek the welfare of his employees or his subordinates. So because of that, they are not in support of him becoming the health officer of the county, and because of that, many lives are at risk there in Lofa County. We talked about that, and in Bapo County also a 44-year remand in person of Franklin has been sentenced to 50 years in prison for raping a 12-year-old girl. We talk all about that. So you now can call us and have your say about some of the issues. We lastly talked to Mary Kekula today. The University of Liberia Student Union is expected to stage a peaceful assembly at Capitol Hill, calling for the resumption of normal school activities at the university. And she said also is not against the interim leadership appointed by the president, Bouaka, through the advice of the Board of Trustees of the university. So 07777 call us 07777 055 are the numbers to put you through. Call and have your say, but also you can keep on playing the radio entertainment game. The raffle draw is on, so all you need to do to be a part of the draw is to dial *799#. Once you dial *799#, you're going to see a list of radio stations. Spoon FM is at number 3. Select Spoon FM. You choose how to pay the playing fee, which is 70 cents US or 100 Liberian dollars. Once you do that, you automatically enter the draw and you stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars. 40 persons will be walking away with 2,500 Liberian dollars this morning on the show. Let's talk to this person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from.
Good morning, I'm Peter Massacre. Yeah, I would like to report on the contribution to the national economy.
Okay, your line is cracking. Your line is breaking up.
Yeah, it's effort appreciated by the larger unemployed community. And what we expect most from the LPA now is to see how they can extend the port of Monrovia and other ports, at least one at a time. But we start negotiating with other foreign countries to see the port and extending the port. Because if we extend the port, we are also back in our port and our intake increase.
Okay.
So, however, we want to say congratulations to the MD.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
I'm Jim Over, calling from Nikuta.
Go ahead, sir.
Well, I want to applaud one journalist that arrested 11 persons, 11 drug dealers from Colombia in the Grand Kitmore County. On a serious note, we have to be doing solicit arrest. And the man swears saying he will not send them over to police or
Thank you. We aren't talking about that. Please stick to the talking points. 0777 771 0775 0777 1075 are the numbers to put you through this morning on the show. You are listening to the Spoon Morning Show right here on Spoon 107.5 megahertz, Fabric 101.1 in via our various social media platforms. Let's talk to this person. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from?
I'm Daniel Alayono, calling from the capital Bapo.
Okay, let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, thank you for the show this morning. My brother, I want for our people in this country to be sincere to us. Because already we have that mindset that they come into this country with the mindset of lies and purposes for which our people were misled only because they wanted power to achieve themselves. Now that we have come into power, we are appealing to the government. They shouldn't be into the last and no longer in campaign period. What they should be doing now is believe that they don't play here now, the current, let's say here, and with 2 million, I believe that it will be 4 million in 1 year that will give it. So that 4 million in 1 year, when the target are states, we get to know how much they will raise to each and every state. So what we want them to do, they will be able to audit. They will not just lie on the people again, they go scot-free. Let them be able to audit, and that we know you as a citizen to say yes, indeed, what they were saying, it was not lie. Let them be able to audit the people. That's the thing that we know that they are talking the truth, that they shouldn't tell us that these people, they stole money, they do that, and they got nothing to do, nothing, no accident, nothing to do, and they will just go to prison because their government and people got nothing to do with it, so they just lie on the past regime.
Okay, but the people, you recommending audit and you're saying that people lie. So which one would you take now? I thought you just recommend audit and
because we're hearing that the people are going to do this, but let the country to power, they say they are going to audit the past regime, and
okay.
They use that against the people in the post. They are going to audit. They keep without audit. They cannot audit. They cannot retrieve the assets. All those things they are not doing them, and they just jumping from one place to another.
Thank you. Let's talk to. Okay, let's talk to another person. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from? Good morning. Are you there? Good morning.
Good morning. Morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
Okay, thank you for the show. Yeah. Concerning the Sekou Dupe of the thing, I think he has
your name, please.
What his full
your name, please.
I think he will be doing this.
Can you tell us your name?
About 7 million.
Mention your name.
What's your name, please?
Gloria.
Gloria, what's your last name?
Gloria Chong from New Jersey.
Okay, go ahead now.
Yeah, I think he's supposed to be giving 7 million this year, and he has just done 2 million in just 6 months, and the noise is too much. I think he should concentrate, and then let's see what he does in this year instead of just crying all over the place, making noise on the Facebook. That's not what he's there for. He should pay attention to what he's doing and make sure he's able to give us 7 million before the year runs out. Okay. And then also, what is so disturbing, I thought this auditing of the thing is just so disturbing. I see chief auditing chief, because all the mistakes in the government since they want, I think they should start auditing themselves before going out to other people, their predecessor or whatever. We have said a lot of things they are doing, and they are overlooking it and still talking of auditing other past government. I don't think it's fair. Let them start on the election day and audit themselves first. Then before they go to the past government.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from?
Good morning, brother. I come here.
I'm okay. Let's hear you.
This is Albert Carwell.
Albert, go ahead.
I think if the developer million, I don't think it's bad thing for him to let the public know. He says, yeah, according to information, CDC gave 4 million and Infam money may give 2 million. Look at the disparity. So I don't think that's something that people might restrain someone what to say. So while they discover the situation, they are very paradoxical. Because the person man said they must conduct an audit. Then in general, you say loud if you so how you know? So in general, who auditing friend? I love the question you're asking. And in formal, you couldn't answer that question. If you say they must conduct an audit, and then you come here and say they lie on the man, on the people, then what is the yardstick that you have used to find out that they may have been audited that is lie on him? If the people say that they lie on them, those bosses that left MPA, they scrap, let them go say, yeah, there is new bosses that the Indian government, because they gave them 45 bosses. And there is nothing there. They scrap these bosses, they sold pepper, all the gas that were in the tank, they sold everything.
Okay.
So they need to go and say, look, here's the bosses. But when someone says about the line, I'm not working with MPA.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from? Good morning. Let's hear you.
Yeah, the reason for which sometimes, my brother, you see things going like this is that because of the fear the current regime have now, the people will tell them to audit, and in fact, will beg them to audit, they will never audit. The reason you see that they will not audit because they know they have lots of evidence of proof. So they are claiming that the past government corrupt. No, I can name them. The past government will more than 13 million. Can you tell me the 4 million? If you think the 4 million, then please, I want you to carry on an audit. This is the places the institution I will say the corrupted, please, I beg you. You audit the people. Let the Liberian people get to understand that yes, indeed, you got a mantle in your hand, you got authority, you got the power. What's stopping you people to audit? And then all of the time, you're only telling the Liberian people, the corrupt, you're still right on that same campaign scale. So still be going on, this kind of thing is not good for us. We are begging, we're crying on this. Let them carry on their audits when they see the past government will corrupt. But instead, when they not do that, we get to know that these people, they are the most terrible and dangerous person that we ever had in the country. When they cannot order and then they continue to lie on their face, they will not be good, and God is going to judge them for that credible art and lie and deception that they continue to bring to the people of Liberia.
Okay.
Thank you very much, my brother.
All right. Yeah, but you finished conducting your own order. You say the people lie. Thank you. Thank you for calling. Yeah. 0777 1075 0777 1075 0555 101075. Keep on playing the Spoon 1075 Mega Dedicated Splash dial star 799 hatch. Select number 3 for Spoon FM. Choose how to pay the playing fee, which is 70 cents USD or 100 LD. And you automatically going to enter the draw. You stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars. You can play only using your non-star cell SIM card, and you must have a mobile money account. All right. So let's talk to this person. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from?
Yeah. Good morning, brother. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. Let's hear you.
I'm Joseph from Brazil this morning.
Let's hear you.
You know. But Damo, right?
This is Yekezi and Dennis.
No, sorry. Okay, Dennis, Yekezi, how you doing this morning?
We good.
You know, the issue about audit, President Bapo must not do the same thing that CDC did back. Because President Sadiq government was leaving, they asked them to audit, and they refused. And President Bapo, and you know, over 5 months now. We can't hear anything. We don't hear about audit. And at the end of the audit report comes, we can't hear nothing in the public. It can't be published. When we hear about central bank audit, it cool down. We hear about NSA audit, it cool down. When we hear about the LSI audit, we can't hear anything. Some big guy mistake. You know the reason why people elected stole from the government and they brag about it? Because what? They are then going with impunity. Nobody of them are then accountable to pay back or to be punished. On a serious note, but if President Buhari come on, because these are one of the things that brought President Buhari audit. I will audit the government. I will audit anybody found culpable of the people's money. You will bring it back or you'll be penalized. That's why we voted President Buhari on a serious note, and he was rejected by other people not to come because he said he will audit. But we say he must audit around growing. But for Buhari, President Buhari, put down, the government to put down audit, it will create serious problem. Even the asset recovery thing, if there is no way for accountability, you should make sure that the asset recovery thing stay and let it function.
Thank you.
President Buhari does not do the audit, will be bad for him, and those people will go and we will pay it, and it will continue to pay mockery on our people. What is stolen from our people?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, how are you?
I'm good. Let's hear you.
Okay, I'm Toga David. I'm calling from a new Matadi resident. Thank you for the topic on the discussion. Firstly, to the issue in Lofa, you can have all your degree, but if you don't have human relation, my brother, you are nothing.
Okay.
So what those people are doing is right. The government should be very, very strict at this present moment to take action over there so that our people's lives can be saved. And secondly, and I make this lastly, let the government take charge. My word to the government of the Republic of Liberia, let them take charge. Even if that 1 year they get to serve, which we know are safe, but within that 1 year time, bro, if you can take charge, history will remember you. Our people, the new government, are working on a fear. I don't know where the fear is. I don't know where the fear is coming from. Our people are operating on a fear. I don't know, they're thinking like only 6 years, and after the 6 years, maybe they will be serious.
Which fear?
That's not the issue. The people have given you people the responsibility to make changes.
Which one the government working on a fear?
I want to talk to President Joseph Juma Boyka and his people. Let them take charge, bro.
Okay.
Let them take charge.
So you think the Unity Party government is working on a fear?
They are working on fear.
All right.
Seriously.
Thank you.
What is fear?
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for calling. Let's talk to another person. Good morning.
Working on a fear.
Hello?
Go ahead. Let's hear you. Your name and where you join us from.
Yeah, I'm calling you from Lower Johnsonville.
Okay.
My attention has been drawn to two things this morning, to national issue, the issue in local country, and the issue of the university.
Yeah, let's hear you quickly.
In Lofa, it's a very sensitive matter that the government needs to take this action, like the last caller said, because it has to do with the lives of our people from Lofa. People are saying that those men have a good human relationship. We're working with them. I think the government, the minister, should pay attention to that. I don't have meeting with the people that to have a compromise or replace the mayor. We have a assuming for work. It is endangering the lives of our people. So the government should be sensitive and taking some action to resolving that matter.
Okay.
Secondly, yes, because sensitive matter will do a human life. So secondly, the issue of the University of Liberia, those government will get into power should be very keen, because the University of Liberia campus have been turned into a political ground. The politics that happen on that campus, most of the government are in it. They will find the other group closer, the other group, and most of them are feeding the group. After a person is going to school 5 years, 10 years, they can't graduate. They are getting small hand out from those ministers to those speech papers and other things. Most of them see at the campus there is not free. That's why those guys don't want to graduate. So if they have problem with the administration, then they should take that action. I believe the first step the government is. But
Okay.
government need to pay serious attention. That's our mission in the far.
Okay.
President, they will defend medical doctors.
Thank
They
you.
will defend lawyers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, folks, that's it. This is the Today Show right here on your favorite dial. Thanks to all of you who have been calling. We like to call a day, the calling segment of the show. If you tried calling, you didn't get through, you can join us tomorrow. Another team will be here again with another edition of the show. And for those of you playing the radio game at 9:55, we'll be drawing our winners, where 40 persons will be walking away with 2,500 Liberian dollars here on the show. So you can still play if you wish. The playing code is *799#, *799#. And once you dial *799#, you're going to see a list of radio stations, and Spoon FM is at number 3. Spoon FM is at number 3. Okay, so once you select number 3, you're going to choose the playing fee, which is 70 cents or 100 LD, and you can pay the playing fee through either of the mobile money accounts, the LD account or the USD account. And once you do that, you automatically enter the draw and you stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars. And if you don't have money on your mobile money account, you can buy the scratch card activated on your phone, and you choose to pay through your airtime. And of course, you still be a part of the draw. So let's now go to the 2024 trafficking in persons report on Liberia that was released by the U.S. Department of State. Dennis, do you have that now?
You can go ahead and read.
Okay. So, yeah. So it says the government of Liberia, according to the report, does not fully meet the minimum standards for the elimination of trafficking, but is making significant efforts to do so. These efforts included completing renovations for 2 victim shelters initiated in the previous reporting period and conducting awareness campaigns. However, the government did not demonstrate overall increasing efforts compared with the previous reporting period. The government prosecuted fewer traffickers and did not convict any traffickers. Law enforcement officials continued to lack adequate resources and understanding of trafficking to effectively investigate and prosecute trafficking crimes. Victim services remained insufficient, and the government referred significantly fewer trafficking victims to care. The government did not allocate adequate funding for anti-trafficking efforts, and concerns of official complexity remained. Therefore, Liberia was downgraded to Tier 2 watch list. So that's a summary of the 2024 Trafficking in Persons report on Liberia from the U.S. State Department. So Liberia was actually downgraded, even though the report says that there were efforts made by the government, in eliminating the issue of trafficking, but that was not enough. The government did not do much. There were a lot of lapses that caused Liberia to be downgraded by the U.S. Department of State to Tier 2 watch list, and that is not a good result for our country.
Sure, that is not a good result, like you said, and we're hoping that government can do more as it relates to human trafficking issues. Continuously, these things continue to happen. People take sometimes children from rural areas and other parts of Liberia in the name of sponsoring them, in the name of helping, and at the end of the day, it becomes another thing. So we hope that the government can really work on that, and especially when it comes to prosecution, that can serve as a deterrence to who be perpetrators that want to commit similar acts, that they will know that the law is actually stringent when it comes to. So we hope that we can start to get good result when it comes to those issues, human trafficking, and all of other reports from the U.S. State Department.
Okay, and just with more other trending issues. So the government of Liberia is expected to begin the pavement works on the Tapeta Zweju Road. The last time I traveled on that road, it was some parts of the road were being paved, graded at the time, but most parts of that road was very, very deplorable, very, very deplorable. And that was before the 100 days in office of President Joseph Boakai. I think about a few days, to complete President Joseph Boakai's 100 days in office. And he has said that when he's elected president of the country, in 100 days, no car is going to get stuck in mud. But that road was actually bad. I don't know the current state of the road, but I got report from folks who applied the road of recent to say is better, compared to before. But the Ministry of Public Works is announcing that pavement works are expected to begin on that road, that totaling over 100 kilometers, and that will begin in 2025. All right, and that's a good news, I think, because that road, the last time I traveled on it was very, very, very bad. And also, we are, getting this information about, this entire appointment of Jonathan Massaquoi, as the executive director of the Office of the War Crimes Court, is something that a lot of civil society organizations have rejected. Over the weekend, 76 civil society organizations came together. They released a statement that they are against the Councillor Massaquoi to serve as executive director of the War Crimes Court, because according to them, this is a person who has not been passionate about human rights issue in the past. According to them, he has served as a legal counsel to individuals who were accused of war crimes and crimes against humanity, in Sierra Leone and even in Finland. This Liberian Jibril Massaquoi, who was being prosecuted for war crimes and crimes against humanity in the Finnish court, he was reportedly a legal counsel to him, and also he was legal counsel to Agnes Taylor, the ex-wife of former President Charles Taylor.
Yeah, Agnes.
Yeah. So I'm judging from that background, a lot of the civil society organizations are saying that there is a man who has not been passionate about human rights issues in the country. So serving as executive director of the Office of War Crimes Court, is going to impede, the prosecution of some, or undermine the prosecution of those who have committed heinous or egregious crimes in the country. But the government of Liberia is saying otherwise, because the civil society organizations, don't want him there. They are calling for his resignation, or for the president to rescind his decision to have appointed him to that position. But since then, the president hasn't said anything about it yesterday until yesterday when the newly nominated information minister for press and public affairs, Daniel Sando, responded to that. Daniel was earlier nominated or appointed as technical service minister, the Minister of Information for Technical Service, but he was renominated by the president.
Rufus took that.
Yes. So that nomination is yet to be confirmed by the Senate. But he's been addressing the press conference of recent. So he had said that the role of Massaquoi, the appointed executive director of the Office of the War Crimes Court, has nothing to do with him influencing or stalling prosecution of war crimes victim. That office is only there to work with the international community, to set up the War Crimes Court and to investigate war crimes, those alleged or accused of committing war crimes and crimes against humanity, as well as economic crimes. So from what he's saying, because the information ministry is a spokesperson of the government.
Yeah.
So I think he was just reacting on behalf of the government, on behalf of the president, that as per what the civil society organizations have been saying, the government is now going to listen to them. It's not going to rescind its decision. The government remains firm about its decision of Massaquoi serving as the executive director of the Office of War Crimes Court.
Yeah, apparently, the government has seen the work that Massaquoi does and how he can ably, handle that office as well. But the civil society organization as well may have their point. But at certain point in time, someone may ask whether when the person is representing someone that's on the job or legal, whether they are representing the person doesn't mean the person can influence their decision at a certain point. But also integrity as well, comes in, and in terms of what you do, precedent and all of that as well. But another thing that needs to be looked into is the appointment of the executive director for the War Crimes Court. It is also said that according to the procedure, that shouldn't be like appointing a person. That should have been maybe like nomination of four persons like that, and there would have been a vetting process, a vetting process that amongst those people who have been selected, and the committee or people vet them and say, yes, perhaps we want to take this person or want to take this person, and not directly, coming from the president for appointment. So these are issues too that needs to be, look into and carefully look at, especially when it comes to the issue of War Crimes Code, because the issue of War Crimes Code, it has to do with everyone. It is not just the government. This is something that Liberians want. And in any recommendation, the TRC recommendation and all of that are premise, to the establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Code, it is important that all of the processes that were outlined within that document, be followed to ensure that when the code is being established, there can be no haul and pull here and there, although we still have a long way to go with the issue of the establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Code. There are a lot of work that needs to be done. The government needs funding and all issues, but we hope that this can be achievable, and we hope that the civil society and the government as well can work together to achieve this, because they work hand in hand to ensure that what is achievable in terms of the War Economic Crimes Code becomes successful.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's we got 3 more minutes to go here, folks. We give you just a little bit of time now to play the radio game. Dial star 799 # star 799 #, select number 3 for Spawn FM, and choose how to pay the playing fee, which is 70 cents or 100 LD. And once you do that, you automatically enter the draw, and you must have a mobile money account to play. If you don't have money on your account, you can recharge on your phone and play via your mobile money account using your airtime. To enter the draw, you can play multiple times, and you stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars. We're dishing out 100,000 LD here this morning to 40 winners. So if you have not played, you can do that now, because we have got just 2 more minutes to go. But I've been enjoying some of the winners already, so I just like to play a score to some of the winners that have already joined. But you can still play. You can still play in spite of me drawing some winners. You can still play, and you may just pop up as one of our winners here. So let's talk to this winner this morning. So okay, let's see whether we can talk to this person this morning on the show. So for those of you who have already started receiving text messages on your phone, congratulations, and hope you enjoy your money, your 2,500 Liberian dollars. Good morning.
Yeah.
Your name, please. You live on Spoon FM.
My name is Maron.
Maron, you play the radio game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Maron, congratulations. You won 2,500 Liberian dollars.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so just check your message, and you're gonna see a text from Mobile Money in radio game.
Okay.
Thank you very much. So please don't play anymore if you are in the process of playing. Just hot now, because we don't have time. We are trying to complete the draw here. So please, if you are in the process of playing, please, you just have to hot, because you might just be late for the completion of the draw. So we call another person who also popped up as a winner this morning. All right. Yeah, so congratulations. If you please start checking your phones for text message from Mobile Money and Radio Entertainment Game. So this winner is taking long to answer her phone or his phone, and we got limited time. And folks, we have to go because it's Zach 10 o'clock. So many thanks for your listening, Ro, and it's been a pleasure here. Denise, anything finally?
Yes, just to say thanks to all those who follow us. We'd like to say we will be back on Monday, and another team will be here tomorrow. Also, I'd like to say happy birthday to Anthony Tama of Joy FM, who's celebrating his birthday today. So do join us Monday for another brand edition of the Today Show. In the meantime, tomorrow we'll have another set of presenters. Thank you.
So Emmanuel David and Lorena Honoree will be here to take you through until Friday. My name is Yekezi Zubel, and of course I've been here along with Dennis Nipsin. Chokon Flama did not come today, but I guess he will be here on Monday. So coming up next is news summary from our news and current affairs department. Bye-bye.